Under the lights once again in the Sin City of Las Vegas, Oscar Forstad starts on pole from UK Ball and Revo. Then it's Sebastian Ocampo, Jack Carter and Bastien Tan. Tommy starts 7th from Leo and Jonathan Sims. Then it's Santino Milan, Daf Sanchez, Babinus Jr. and Daniel Bogdasarov. T. Gabo starts 14th from David Camino, CC and Lewis Olsen. Then it's a Not Huey starting 18th with teammate Cosmos alongside. Kari Lopez down in 20th. Then it's P. Sierra and Miguel de Souza. Well, the scene is set, the lights are on, and you can see we're in the Sin City. All 5 lights go on. Now we go green in Las Vegas. Very good start from Oscar Forstad. He's left the inside line wide open for the 3rd place man. Rebo covers it off quite sufficiently, so holds on to the race lead. Camino finds himself with a time penalty down in 14th. Rebo up into 2nd ahead of UK Ball, but out in front it is Forstad from Rebo and Jack Carter who takes the lead. Brilliant stuff from the number 98. Look at that, already into the lead for Jack Carter. We're going to have a Viking fight between Carter and Forstad. Norway versus Denmark. And first blow has been taken. Jack Carter leads the Las Vegas E3 from Oscar Forstad and UK Ball in 3rd. Ramos found himself in 4th position for Forstad. In terms of the championship, this is much less than ideal. He's got the man in 2nd position right in front of him. And if we were to finish like this, Carter would take the championship lead, we believe. So Forstad, eager to change that. He's going to go alongside Jack Carter into the W section, which pretty much ends the lap. And UK Ball trying to get into this fight too. Trying to go down the inside. Bogdasarov getting a time penalty. Carter drops to P2. Yellow's in the 3rd sector. Bogdasarov presumably has found himself in an incident. What has caused that? Camino's got quite a bit of damage and dropped to 20th position. Truly awful opening lap for him. But on to the 2nd lap of 12, and just going to point this out, we have upgraded the graphics as out goes an Ocuy. Losing part of his car, he's lost his tyre, hit the wall very hard on exit. Virtual safety cars out there now on lap 2 of 12, and just going to point this out now, we've updated the driver images so that they now show car number and national flag. In some cases it works well, in others it can be a little bit jarring, but hopefully you do get used to it. We get back racing, however, and Forstad trying his best to run away with the lead. He's 1.2 seconds ahead of Jack Carter. He's outside of attack mode striking distance. So the Dane, I think for Carter, all he really can do is defend from the man who, from part of the Dane law. Look at that, UK Ball following in the toe of Jack Carter. He's got the fastest 2nd sector, pulls out to the inside line. Easiest move of the Britain's career, and up into 2nd goes UK Ball. Next up on the chopping block is gonna be Revo trying to get past his teammate, as no, he's been passed by Bastien Tan. Bastien Tan going alongside the season 16 champion, almost a wall for the 16-17 champion. Just about keeping himself in touching distance with Bastien Tan, but has to concede 4th position. And that's not exactly the predicament he'd want to find himself in. This is brilliant racing for the championship, however. It's going to close everything up with the men furthest behind being the men further up the road. Very interesting developments that we're seeing here. And just taking it back to further down the order, David Camino's start to this race has been everything apart from good. It's been absolutely abysmal for that Braun Honda driver compared to his teammate who's currently leading the way, with Forstad. He's currently in 2nd, so he's not leading the way. He's going to get attack mode so he can try and chase after one of the newest contenders for the throne in the Formula E Monoposto Championship. But for a man who's already sat on that throne. He knows what it feels like. He wants it more than anyone else. Once again, sends it down the inside, and Cable tries to retake the lead. They're still alongside each other. It's only lap 3 of 12. You don't need to be fighting this hard. Gabo, by the way, the only man on the hard, and Cable in the wall. He's got front wing damage, and the ball has been dropped by the Braun Honda GP driver. His front wing still, well, it's off the racing line, so no damage should be done. Sanchez sending it down the inside on Countryman Akari, and yeah, no one's run over that piece of debris. It was well off the racing line, but Cable's now got damage. But for him, this is basically just making a stop a lap early. It's not going to be that much of a difference for his race. Revo's gone past Bastien Tan in all of that calamity, and in fact Bastien Tan, he's dropped 2 seconds off the back of Revo. Not too sure where the McLaren driver's pace has gone, but it's definitely not gone towards the front. And yes, the top 4 is an inversion of the top 4 in the world driver standings. Bastien Tan, 5th in the race, 5th in the driver standings. He's dropped to 6th as Tommy gets past him quite easily. Cable, he's got less drag than Falstad, I'll give you that much. That might be why he's closing in so much more. He's going to have much less downforce. He doesn't care. He makes the turn anyway. Cable takes the lead of the Las Vegas E3 on a lap where he's expected to pit for damage repairs. And it is the lap where he pits first of all the top 4 men. Cable in pit lane on lap 5 of 12. And he's going to go on to the mediums, to which he hopes they will go to the end of the race. So he's going to be looking at drivers like Jonathan Sims, like Sebastian Ocampo, as he comes out of the pits. He's going to be near around his teammate. Yeah, he's come out of the pits in 18th position, ahead of Lewis Olsen, the man who's still yet to score any points in this championship. And if things continue as they are, they probably will continue as they are, and Olsen will likely not receive any points, because the guys down at Faraday Future Dragon Racing, as we've just seen Cable take 17th, he's also the guy with the fastest lap of the way. He's going to get past his teammate very easily, trying to carve through the field and get himself back up to the top. The thing about Faraday Future, they're not putting in any upgrades at all. They are relying on the powertrain to push them through the season, and that's not worked out well, considering they've got Virgin Renault powertrains, which are considerably, well, they were at the start of the season considerably the single worst powertrain on the grid, as Jonathan Sims attacking Akari, doing his best to close in alongside, and now ahead before they reach the breaking point. It's his turn. Akari, Sims has taken 13th. Revo's dropped down to 4th as he, Tommy, and Falstad have all come into the pits. Half race distance, and Jack Castle leads the way. And Revo's coming to the pits. He's on the soft compound of tyres. He's going to try and go to the end on the softs, and that's the biggest worry I've got for him. Will those softs even make it to the end? And Cable, by the way, comfortably now has the net race lead 2 seconds ahead. The undercut is powerful, but we'll see how much powerful fresh tyres are compared to that. He's taken 13th position, has Revo. I'm going to go on board with the reigning double champion. It seems to be what we always call him these days, but can't help it if it's true. He's trying to close in to the back of Lewis Olsen, running in 12th. This is one of the highest positions that the Norwegian is ever running. He's going to be relegated pretty soon. Maybe, I'm just saying this as a possibility, Revo could just wait for attack mode. Doesn't even care for attack mode. He's going to get it anyway, but he's going to make the pass before the attack mode activation point. Revo to P12 as Cable trying to get himself ahead of Daf Sanchez. Had to make this pass last time out in Manila. It's further back. You've got a 4-way fight going on for 8th position, of which Falstad seemingly winning. Falstad has just won. He's up into 8th position, but he's still got Akari for company. Trying to do a little bit of a switchback move there. And Sanchez is coming in. Carter's in. Spavinus Jr. is in, Leo's in, so Bastian 10 leads away from Sebastian Ocampo. Make that from you, Cable, and Sebastian Ocampo with 5 laps to go. And they are really, really doing everything they can with those mediums. They're doing so well. And in fact, you want to know something? T. Gabo, he's currently up in 9th. I don't think he's going to have to make a pit stop. He's on 58% tire wear with 5 laps to go. Virgin Renault may just try and keep him out there. Banas Jr. has come out of the pits in 9th position. Zakari currently in 5th. A bit of no man's land, and also a bit of how the hell are your tyres surviving. Those softs have done 7 laps, and they don't really show too many signs of slowing. Actually, no, they do, because Revo's just gotten past him. Fresh versus old. And to be honest, nothing really happening for Carter, as Ocampo has been passed by the McLaren number 4 of Oscar Folstad. CC setting up fastest first sector of anyone. It's been a much calmer race compared to last time out in the Manila, where there was hectic action throughout the entire pack. There's mainly just been action going down the Las Vegas Strip if you've got 2 cars that are close enough to each other. Cable now in the lead of the Prix, with Bastian Tan dropping to 2nd. He's going to drop to 3rd. No fight between him and his teammate. Hopefully, almost covered him off and crashed into him. In comes Bastian Tan, and we expect, yes, Sebastian Ocampo following him through with 4 laps to the checkered flag. Cable leading the way from Oscar Folstad and Revo, who's just set a new fastest lap for 1:25.3. As Akari also coming into the pits to make his one and only pit stop. And will T. Gabo come in? No, he's staying out. Gabo is staying out. He's really risking it for the chocolate biscuit. Camno's gotten himself 10 seconds worth of time penalties. He's led a really scruffy race. Has the Romanian driver in the number 88. There are so many other ways that he could have tried to overtake drivers, that he could have made up positions, but crashing into them, side-swiping them, and getting 10-second time penalties while doing so is not how they would have wanted to do it. Carter sitting a fastest first sector. He's currently in 4th, and for the top 4, they are pretty much seated in their positions. The only thing I could see change is if the pole sitter Oscar Folstad could try and get past Cable. And if Cable were to win this race, that would be something else for Braun Honda GP. This would be form that they've never seen in this championship before. This is form akin to Braun GP in the 2009 Formula 1 Classic Championship on Cable's channel, which you can go and watch completely for free. 3 laps left to run here in Las Vegas. Folstad is closing up. The question is he closing up quick enough? Does he have enough laps? He's not going to get attack mode going down this straight, but maybe going down the strip, he might be able to get himself closer to the back of the Season 10 champion. Out of the 5 drivers who are in with a shot of winning the title, as in comes T. Gabo. Finally, Folstad, Carter, and Bastian Tan, they've all never tasted championship glory before. And while Folstad has been in a title fight before, that title fight wasn't much of a fight. The only reason it is considered a fight was because he was in mathematical contention. Is out of the race, has gone Tommy. Oh my goodness! Leo also out. That's a massive crash. Never seen anything like it here in Vegas. Virtual safety cars out. Ooh, dearie me. I think we might have a puncture for a driver, and that driver might have just been Tommy. I think Tommy might have just had a puncture and spun off or been rammed, because I don't see anything with his teammates. But Folstad is now within attack mode distance. He's not going to be able to use it. He's going to have better shots later on through the lap. But yeah, no one we could find who had any involvement with Tommy's initial incident. You saw Leo go through there and just get launched effectively. But we've now got 2 laps to run here in Vegas. Folstad is within that magical 1 second mark. Revo currently 2 seconds off this fight for the lead. 2.5 seconds roughly, roundabout. And if Revo can close in, this is going to be a really, really juicy final few laps. Attack mode active for Oscar Falstad. He's gaining 2 tenths back. Does he try and get 1 tenth back? Not quite close enough to send one down the inside. If I was him, I actually would send it. And he has sent it! Oscar Falstad to the race lead, but he's still alongside U-Cable. He's been shown the door. Oscar Falstad leads the Las Vegas E3 from U-Cable and Revo. Brilliant move from the Norwegian driver, who's had a flame lit under him after the disappointment of Manila. The only way it seems that Oscar Falstad can win a race this season is coming out of the ashes of a horrible race weekend prior. But U-Cable is not one to give up this crown too easily. He's going to go down the inside of the penultimate few turns, and he is going to reclaim the race lead. But Falstad's still there, Falstad's still fighting, and Falstad retakes the lead of the Prix, and U-Cable is out. And on the penultimate lap, Revo's diving into the pits. Oscar Falstad leads the E3 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. But U-Cable, championship hunter U-Cable, the man currently 3rd in the World Driver standings. Well, he's gonna drop to, I believe, 5th, because Bastian Tan's in the points. He's very high up in the points. Revo's currently in 5th. I think Jack Carter might actually lead the championship leaving here. That crash might have just caused a massive chain reaction that could have just changed the outcome of the rest of the season. Revo on new softs, using both attack charge and attack mode, trying to close in on Bastian Tan to deny the Philippine driver of another podium of his career. And he's still there with him. He's going to try and go the long way round. Doesn't always work out to the best, so he's been covered off there. So he now finds the other way round Bastian Tan, and do you want to know something? He's going to make that one work, and he makes it work perfectly. Now he's got to close in 5 seconds to Jack Carter, and it's another 7 seconds to Oscar Falstad. I don't think he can make it. This is Falstad's race to lose right now, and the only way he could lose it, theoretically, is a puncture, and this track surface is nowhere near as abrasive as some others. So the top 3 is currently this man, Oscar Falstad, who starts the final lap of the E3 from Jack Carter and Revo. Then it's Bastian Tan and Nana Bamness Jr. in 5th. Daf Sanchez is 6th from Akari, CC, Miguel de Souza, and now Sebastian Ocampo getting himself ahead of P. Sierra, who's been sufficiently dropped by the DS automobile driver. But my oh my, has this man seen such a change in fortune. And fortune for this man is a major part of his career. He's been dealt with such an awful hand for so many races in the season he's driven for, as we see Revo doing his best to close in on Jack Carter. But I don't think he's going to be able to do enough. He's not going to get attack mode, but he is going to set a fastest first sector to try and make sure he holds on to the fastest lap. But as he goes down the famous Las Vegas Strip, lights illuminated by either side of him, he's going to come down into the heavy braking point, and he's going to realize something that he should have realized something so long ago, as he now barrels down the hill into the final turn. Oscar Falstad of Norway, the number 4 for McLaren TGR. Oscar Falstad wins the Las Vegas E3. Jack Carter comes across the line in second, with Revo right behind him. A new fastest lap, 3 seconds faster than the prior attempt. Bastian Tan is 4th from Fabness Jr. and Daf Sanchez. Then it's Akari, Sebo Campo, Cici, and Daniel Bogdasarov, but he's got a 5-second time penalty, so his 10th position will be inherited by Miguel de Souza. And for U-Cable, missed opportunities is the soup of the week for him. This is a fight over last, and Cosmos went in way too deep there to try and take it away from Gabo. And this is the podium then. Oscar Falstad righting the wrongs of yesteryear It's what I say every time he wins a race, because, to be honest with you, that's how he wins races. Jack Carter coming home with a sublime second position, and Revo, after that strategic decision, coming on with P3. And the simulations do say that if he had stayed out, Revo probably would have won this race. He might have just given up a race win. Bastian Tan is fourth from Babinas Jr. and Daf Sanchez, and it's Akari Lopez and Sebastian Ocampo. CC is ninth from Miguel de Souza, PCO, Jonathan Sims, Daniel Bogdasar, Santino Milan, Lewis Olsen, T. Gabo, and Cosmos alongside David Cameron, with your non-finished being Cable, Tommy, Leo, and Anok Huey. In the driver standings, Revo leads the way on 155 points from Jack Carter and Oscar Falstad. Then it's Cable, Bastian Tan, Daf Sanchez, Babinas Jr., Sebo Campo, David Camino, Santino Milan, Tommy Miguel de Souza, CC Jonathan Sims, P. Sierra, Kari Lopez, Cosmos, 1 point ahead of teammate Anok Huey, T. Gabo, Leo, Daniel Bogdasarov, and Lewis Olsen, who's still yet to score. In the constructors' standings, heading into the next round of the championship, DS Automobiles leads the way on 304 points from DS McLaren TGR on 238, and it's Ford Honda GP on 164 points, Andretti Honda on 140, then it's DS Venturi on 110, Nissan Nismo on 67, tied with their customer team in Sims Motorsport. Then it's Aurelio Mahindra, Dragon Renault, Aurelio Pinnacle, and Virgin Renault. I'm so used to saying DS Virgin Racing, it's gone into my brain. But we'll see you guys next time then for race 13 in the Formula E Monoposto Championship.